Hello, my name is KeShauna Davis, and thank you so much for coming to my artist talk. So, fun facts about me: I am a Jacksonville native, born and raised for the most part, until my mom decided she wanted to finish school when I was 8 years old, and she went back to Florida Agricultural and Mechanical University, which is a historically black college and university, which really influences my love of learning and it influences my art, and I'll get into that a little bit later. I love to read books and I love to travel. So, who I am exactly. I am a sculptor, that's what my concentration is in. I am a metal and woodworker. My primary processes include casting, printmaking, and collaging. Printmaking is my second favorite process because it's very forgiving and therapeutic. It helps me give me a rough draft of my sketches, and it helps me outline my research and create better proposals. Casting is the process of making a copy of an object using a rigid form in a liquid material that solidifies. The most common practice of casting is more than likely making ice cubes for drinks. So the water would be the object, the ice cube tray would be the liquid, or would be the rigid form, and then you would freeze that, and then it would solidify, making it an ice. Reoccurring themes for my work include ethnography, which is the study of individuals and their culture and the connection between the two. Duality, literature, and current events. These are all four very important parts of me that make up who I am, being a black woman into the South. My inspiration mainly comes from experience, the African diaspora, politics, and sociology. Books that inspire me include Patsy by Nicole Dennis Benn, which is an amazing love story between mother and daughter. Well-Read Black Girl, which is similar to Chicken Noodle Soup for the Soul by different various black women authors. And the most influential book is Harold and the Purple Crayon, and the reason for that is that's the first book I could remember reading by myself. And I also really appreciated how Harold just didn't like his world at the time, so he just picked up a crayon and he just created him a new one and let his imagination just take him any and everywhere that it could. Kind of like what art students do in their world today. And this is my earlier work, my internet, and this was inspired by different opinions on the internet and how they affect us. And here are some of my earlier works. These are seed series 1, 2, and 3. They tried to bury us, but they didn't know that we were seeds, anonymous. And most of these pieces are cast in iron or bronze, and they have other mixed media elements. This was inspired by Maya Angelou's autobiography and the different things that she was going through while she was becoming a famous writer. And just like anything else, my current senior show, my current works are inspired by the experiences between buses and books. There were three women: my grandmother's best friend and neighbor, Miss Minnie, a bus driver, his wife, and his wife's best friend. None of these women were like directly related, but they all had one thing in common, that they passed away from dialysis within about 6 months of each other. And I was wondering to myself, hearing the story on the bus and listening to the story from my grandmother, I was wondering why dialysis were more in African American neighborhoods versus anywhere else. And I wondered why the effects of dialysis were disproportionately affecting African Americans opposed to any other races. So with that information and that experience, I started to do more research, and I came across a book called Medical Apartheid: The Dark History of Medical Experimentation on Black Africans from Colonial Times to the Present, written by Harriet A. Washington. And this book touches the basis from slavery all the way up to the present times, about 2005, of different experiments done on black people for medical advancement. My current exhibition is called My Body, Your Choice, Dissecting Personal Agency and True Color. This is an account of sacrificed body parts and the study of poisonous flowers. These fit my reoccurring themes of duality, life and death, hard and delicate, and experience and research. Alison Saar and her work was a really big inspiration to me for this piece, because that Alison Saar bases and focuses on Black women and Black storytelling and Black pain without being super traumatic. And I really wanted to embody this and to transform this and to make it mine and to help me move my work forward, because I was dealing with such a heavy topic. I wanted to make art for Black women that were not traumatizing and for other people to enjoy and empathize with as well. Deciding to cast my own body for this project was a big step with the process, and conceptually for me, this made my work a lot more personal, and this made me appreciate myself and appreciate what my body and what other people's bodies can do and what they go through just to tell their own stories medically or socially or even politically. This piece was inspired due to the fact that women are much more exploited due to their male peers in movies, and especially in medicine and basically in society. And this piece was mainly inspired by the story of Sarah Bartman. Sarah Bartman was a slave who was exploited for her body parts, and she passed away under the age of 30. And when she passed away, she was still kept and exploited. She was never buried until 1997, and she was exploited and kept in museums for people to still come look at her body parts even after she passed away, which is just terrifying to me. And this piece was inspired based on the fact that just bodies in general are exploited for just regular bodies, and bodies that have less advantages are exploited a lot more than bodies of privilege. Especially your back, because you use your back mainly to work, and your back is one of the most easiest injuries to get if you're being careless with how you lift things and carry out on your daily tasks. So that's why I wanted to cast my back and showcase that.